Culinary students, this is Miss Hamilton again. How you doing? So today I thought that we would take it back a little bit, relax, not worry about assignments, although I am going to post this on Canvas, and I would love for you to send me some pictures from your iPad or your phone of different types of websites or food bloggers, different types of cookbooks. So today I thought I would bring my house to school and share with you some of my favorite kinds of ways to look for recipes for my house, for my children, at my other job that I have. I actually work in the food industry as well as teaching, and for my students here at school. So the first thing that you're going to want to do, this is probably the most familiar, easiest thing for you to do, is just to get on your laptop, get on your iPad, get on your phone, and go to Google and just type in food recipes. I did that, and some of my favorites that I really like to use in my class a lot is called allrecipes.com, and also the Food Network is a network channel. Foodnetwork.com is an excellent one. Then one that I use in my class a lot is a blogger, a food blogger, and I'm starting to see there's quite a few different ones out there. This one is called 15 Spatulas. What I like about the food bloggers is they actually do the step-by-step instructions for you, and they have beautiful pictures, and they're just amazing. So even though I've shared with you just a couple, you know there's just so many out there that you can look up, and please make sure to take a screenshot of them. You can upload them to Canvas. You can send them through my email. I can put them together so we can all see them. Okay, thank you. Hi, Culinary students, I'm back. So what I thought I would do is I displayed a lot of the books that I like to use at my house. And so this, again, start thinking, what kind of cookbooks does your grandparents, does your aunts, your uncles, your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your friends, what kind of books do they use besides looking at your phone and looking at blogging websites from your computer or your, like I said, your phone? I have a couple different ones. This is the one that I got my kids when they both went to college. This one is called How to Cook. It actually has step-by-step visual pictures and instructions on how to cook. Another one that I really like to use, and I use this one in my class, my students, I refer to it all the time. It's called Sandra Lee Semi-Homemade. So in this book, she has a lot of things that you can do that are kind of like what we call semi-homemade. You may buy part of the items at the grocery store, and then you add some simple items to it to make it look like it's a homemade item. So this is an excellent resource that you can use. Another one that I think that's really fun to use, this is called No Time to Cook. And I actually have used this myself, and my kids have used it. And it shows you different recipes in here, different alternatives. Here's one on waffles and syrup. This is really cool if you want to do a salad bar in a jar. It shows you how to make fajitas. Again, step-by-step instructions. And for those of you that really don't want to look at that huge directions of step-by-step what to do, this is excellent for you to get some really good pictures and really good visual for young new novice cooks and chefs. There's another cookbook. This is the Neely's, and they show you some step-by-steps. For example, this one is showing you how to shuck corn. They have all kind of recipes in here, that pictures of their family, and they bring back recipes that their grandparents and great-grandparents have done. Trisha Yearwood, she is actually on the Food Network channel. She's got amazing recipes. We actually use her Daddy's biscuits as well as the Neely's recipe in my classroom that has a biscuit recipe. This is one of my favorite Food Network chefs, that is Ree Drummond. I use a lot of her recipes. I love hers. As you can see, I have a lot of little tags up here, and I labeled them. She has a lot of great visuals. She started out as a food blogger, and she was so popular, and she had so many people watching her. She decided to create cookbooks as well as blogging, and now she's on the Food Network channel. But as you can see, she's got a lot of different pictures, a lot of step-by-step instructions. When I was first started teaching, this is back about 33 years ago, I used to stand in line, and I fell in love with these little bitty cookbooks. They have lots of pictures in them, easy instructions, and one that I really like a lot is Taste of Home. That's a good one. This one is this is Pillsbury, and shout out to Pillsbury because they have lots of great recipes. They've got really step-by-step instructions, but they're really quick and easy. to use. For those of you that, you're not allowed to bake, this is a really great little book that has a lot of no-bake desserts that you can do in here. If we want to move down here now, I know a lot of people love Oreos, so I bought a book about Oreos. We've actually made the Oreo truffles in class. My students love those. This one I purchased because I have quite a few students that sometimes struggle with some reading and interpreting. I have a lot of ESL students in my classroom. And so this one actually tells you what the name of the recipe is, and then it shows you the pictures on the side of things that you would want to purchase. And I'll tell you what, I've used it myself. You can actually look at it and go, oh, no, I don't have that. Oh, I need to go purchase that. So I really like this little book. For those of you that are really young and you're trying to look at different supplies that you might have in your house, if you can get online or Google 5 ingredients or less recipes, you can actually, there's books out there that you can use that are amazing. A lot of times they'll have step-by-step instructions, or they'll give you pictures as well. One of my big things that I'm using, that I'm going to be using in my Culinary 2 and Culinary 3 classes this year, is these books, and it's called Cooks, and they are amazing. Every time I find them, I try to buy at least 4 or 6 of them because I want my students to have them on their tables. They show you, for example, let me show you this one real quick. This one was a great one. It's showing you how to cook macaroni and cheese. It shows you different types of gooey secret ingredients for melting cheese. Lots of different, this one is all about cheese, but it shows you step by step. This one is same company. It's called Cook It Right. It shows you how to make breaded chicken cutlets, excuse me. Let's see what else is in here. This one I thought was cool, how to make homemade tortillas. I actually have some homemade tortilla makers here for my students. We're going to get them out for Culinary 3 as soon as we get back to school. How to make scones and mixed berry scones. And it's just a really cool book if you're one of those people that like to have a visual. And again, it's called Cooks. I right now do a lot of my shopping at Safeway and Fred Meyer. It's closer to my house, although I do like other stores as well. But I've realized and found out that the Cooks books are found at Safeway and Fred Meyer. So when they come out, I always ask them. They kind of know me now. Every month I go, hey, you got your new Cooks books out? And I just like them because I like them for my students that need to see visual step-by-step instructions. So we're gonna walk over here now. One thing that my FCCLA students had done when we were going to nationals was do a lot of make and takes, and we started slow. So I just got right on the bandwagon and I started purchasing when I saw at the grocery store. These are perfect. They're called make and take. You can make a lot of the items and then take them with you. You can then maybe finish the last minute touches at a barbecue or a birthday party or a baby shower. If you're spending time with your family and you want to make some items, you can maybe finish baking it at the location that you're going to. Another fun thing that I do in my classes, and a lot of you will learn, is this is called Cakes in a Mug. And I also have a little book that I was looking for. It's just called Cooking in a Mug, and you can make a really small condensed recipe in a mug, or we actually do in Culinary 1, it's called Chocolate Chip Cookie in a Cup, and you can do cake in a mugs if you want. My students love those, and you will too as you find out this trimester. Also, I like to focus on some magazines, some websites, some cookbooks that my students can use. That those are the students that might have some compromised immune systems. They might have some eating issues, or I've had quite a few students that are vegetarian, vegan. I've had students that have milk allergies, tomato allergies, different allergies with red fruits or vegetables. So I try to make sure I have some things that my students can use, that it's not just always focused on, our certain population. I really try to branch out and make sure I have things for all my students. When you're at home, there's a couple of different types of cookbooks out there, different magazines that you can purchase that are do-it-yourself, create your own. This one is a lot of fun. It's called DIY Recipes, and it shows you how to make your own salsa verde, which I'm sure a lot of students know how to make. It shows you how to make your own cinnamon rolls, step-by-step instructions. This one is, again, flour tortillas, how to make your own snack wraps, how to make your own graham crackers. I thought that would be fun to do in my Culinary 2 and 3 classes. how to make your own beef jerky. So if you're ever out and you're like Target, Fred Meyer, Safeway, any kind of store, that Walmart, Winco, if you see a magazine called DIY, it's called Do It Yourself, there's a lot of great things that you can do with your family at home. And I also have, last but not least, I do try to give to my summer school culinary students as well as my culinary 1, 2, and 3 students. I put together all the recipes that we use in class, and then some from other classes as well, because a lot of times they like to do something that my other students are doing from my other culinary classes, because they may not have the opportunity to take one of my culinary classes. And so I created these cookbooks, and I pass them out at the end of the trimester. One other thing that you can do that a lot of chefs and a lot of people, a lot of cooks on the Food Network, is they create their own videos, DVDs, sorry, got to get the name right. And those are some really good resources that you can use too, if you have them. But you know what? All you got to do is Google on your laptop or your iPad, Good Eats by Alton Brown, Jada, another one, this one is Andrew Zimmern, Bizarre Foods, and voila. You know, you guys are so fortunate. When I was young, we actually had to use our parents' cookbooks and our great-grandparents' cookbooks. And wow, has teaching changed over the last 33 years. So while you're home during this time, and I'm excited for us to get back to school, happy cooking.